Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/Tales from Retail. So today we have 3 new stories for you. The first one about a crazy Karen in a store and free hangers, as she thought. But before we begin, thank you so much to everyone who subscribed to the channel and put in a notation so you don't miss new videos every single day. Let's move to our first story. I want my hanger. I'm calling corporate. I work at a retail store. We have 2 very clearly indicated lines, one for returns, one for purchases. I'm the only cashier who can take returns. It's a stupid system, but what can I do? I don't make the rules. I just work there. I'm basically a customer service desk and a cashier. So it's been super busy all day long. Purchase line is outstandingly full and only one person has a return. I take 2 purchases, then I call the return over because that's what I was trained to do. It's easier to clear a purchase line than it is to clear a return line since we have multiple cashiers. But also keep it as fair as possible by not letting the return instantly come to the register while all those purchases wait. Make it look like I care at all. Well, anyway, I'd taken 3 purchases, so it was the return's turn next, so I clearly stated and pointed, I can help your return next. This lady from the purchase line shoves her way past the return person and starts putting her stuff on the counter. I called the return next, ma'am. I don't care. You're taking me next. No, I'm not. But since she wants to be petty and block the whole register and pout about it, I just made the return come around the other side to my register opening and hand me her items. As you can imagine, the purchase lady was boiling. Well, I finally got to the purchase next. I start scanning her items. We reuse our clothing hangers, so I take the hanger off and put it away. Give me my hanger back. We reuse our hangers. I'm not allowed to give them out. She was with her husband, so he chimes in as well. Dude, it's an effing hanger. Just give it to her. I replied with, so when you get hired somewhere and they give you a set of rules, you just say, screw it and do whatever you want? They didn't seem to respond to that. They just said to get a manager. So my manager comes over. The woman immediately starts with, this cashier was extremely rude to us. First, she just shoved us out of the way to do a return. Now he's cuckolding the hangers. Manager says, we don't give out our hangers, ma'am. I have a ton of your hangers in my closet, and now he's holding on to them like they're his firstborn child. I reply with, I've worked here for 3 years, and the rules have always been the same. You guys are effing insane. I'm never shopping here again. Give me corporate's number. I'm going to write you and your manager's name down. She finished it off by shoving her middle finger right in my face and calling me the C word. My other manager was watching over the security camera the entire time it happened. She was cracking up over our walkie-talkies, so I had to sit there and try not to laugh. Anytime I try to post something here and it has swearing dialogue in it, it gets caught by the spam filter, so I censored it. Also, just a note, if I wanted to, I could have given her the hanger. It's no big deal. We reuse our hangers, but no one's going to fire me if I give one away occasionally. But she was rude, so she's not getting any special treatment. The only hanger I'd want to keep is when you're buying a coat and you get those nice wooden ones that are thin but thicken out at the ends. And our second story. What do you mean I have to pay for it? I've worked at a local shop for 2 years now to get through college and have only just had my first TFR-worthy tale. This is a store where there are over 100 individual booths whose owners pay the store or building owner rent for the space and the ability to sell items in that space, just for context. This happened yesterday, Sunday, which is by far our slowest day, so slow that the owner trusts me enough to essentially open and close the store by myself, with the ability to call for backup if something out of the ordinary happens. A lady comes in with a fur jacket for her dog, wanting to exchange it for a bigger one as her chihuahua was slightly overweight. I know this not only because she told me, but also because Chihuahua the Hutt was pictured on her customized phone case. Not relevant, just funny. She asks where the fur doggo jackets are. There are a lot of booths. It's easy to forget where you got something. So I walk over to them. The jacket she previously bought cost $12. The next size up was $22. This is when it started. DL is dog lady, me is me. Me. Okay, since you've already purchased a $12 pupper jacket, you're looking to exchange it for a $22 jacket, you'll need to pay the difference. What? I hesitate slightly, wondering where my words could have been misunderstood. Well, when you originally bought the jacket, you spent $12. You came back to exchange it for a larger size jacket. The larger jacket is $22. Since you've already spent money in this booth, it's the booth owner's policy that if you wish to exchange for an item within the booth that costs more, you'll only need to pay the difference. So you'd only need to pay $10 for the new, larger jacket. Does that make sense? So as I progressed through this explanation, her face didn't move. It was as if she was a host in Westworld that was just paused. Then suddenly, as if she was coming to, "Oh, yes, of course. Do you think I'm an idiot?" That comment was unnecessary, when also considering that this shop is located in a hub city on the west side of the Lone Star State, where people are usually very nice and polite. It was also a bit surprising. I say, "No, ma'am, not at all." I just walked back to the registers at the front. So she wandered around for a few minutes before coming to the front with both pup jackets in hand, ready to exchange. I typed the necessary information in the system, which is basically giving the larger jacket a value of $10. "Okay, ma'am, that'll be $10.83. She begins to rummage through her purse, which I assume to be her searching for her wallet, so I bag the new jacket and wait for her to give me some form of payment. But no, she was looking for her keys. She found them, grabbed the bag with the jacket that had not been paid for. Excuse me, ma'am, you haven't paid for that yet. It's $10.83. "What do you mean I have to pay for it?" Now at this point, I'm trying to think of an explanation for what's happening. Is she hard of hearing and not wearing her hearing aid? Does she have the world's smallest Bluetooth in her ear and was never paying attention to me at all? By her tone and demeanor, I can immediately tell this will be an unpleasant conversation from here on out. I mean that if you want to walk out of here with that jacket for your dog, you need to pay for it. "Are you accusing me of shoplifting?" "What?" "No, I'm not. I'm telling you that you need to come pay for the jacket in your bag." "You literally just told me I could exchange this jacket for the one I brought in. You didn't say anything about paying for it." I'm dumbfounded at this point. She had to have been intentionally trying to be this stupid. "No, ma'am, that's not at all what I said. I clearly explained to you twice the steps we would need to take in order for you to get the new dog jacket. You have to pay the difference for the new dog jacket, otherwise I can't let you take it." "This is outrageous. I want to speak to your manager immediately. I can't believe that you would lie to a customer's face like that." I'm running the store completely by myself. I'm the acting manager. She's not going to like this news. "Well, ma'am, at this very moment, I am the manager of the store. The store owner's not here and has left me in charge, but I can assure you that if he were here, he would tell you the exact same thing." The way her face began to contort and turn the reddest of reds was quite the sight. She just drops the bag on the floor and stomps to what she thinks is the exit door. The way the front of the store is set up, customers often blow by the exit door and attempt to go out the entrance. Both the entrance and exit doors are one-way foot traffic, so it's nearly impossible to open the entrance door from the inside. I usually tell the customer this as it's extremely common. Not this time. I watch as she spends a solid 10 to 15 seconds shoving and shouldering a door that's not made to be pushed open from the inside. Like I said, nearly impossible. She finally screams out, "Why won't this damn door open?" I very calmly say, "You're trying to leave through the entrance. The exit is over here." She looks at me, looks at the exit door, and back at me before storming off through the correct door. I still don't understand what she expected to happen, but watching her flail at a door made the whole thing worth it. And our last story. "You're discriminating against people who don't drive." This literally just happened. I work at a higher-end clothing store, and I tend not to get too many out-there customers. But this guy took the cake. So a man comes in with about 3 small children, shopped around for about half an hour while running me completely ragged in the process, then went to pay for his items. He has a store credit card with us, but he didn't have it on him. I said, "No problem. I can look it up with your driver's license or state ID." "Oh, I don't drive." "Here, I'll show you my passport." "Sir, our computer does not scan passports as a valid form of ID. The scanner only responds to driver's licenses or state IDs. But a passport's a better form of ID than a driver's license. This is Uncle Sam right here. I understand, but our computer system only scans driver's licenses or state IDs. But a passport's a government-issued ID. Yes, but our computer physically cannot scan a passport. I can only scan a driver's license or state-issued ID. Well, I'll just take my business elsewhere then. He proceeded to storm out of the store, and honestly, I was a little bit relieved until about 5 minutes later. He comes barging back into the store. Here, I found my ID. Now, please look up my credit card. He pulls out his passport. Sir, I cannot accept this. Scan it. This is my ID. You're discriminating against people that don't drive. Would you like me to call customer service and see if there's anything they can do for you? No, I don't want you to call customer service. I want you to scan my ID and look up my credit card. At this point, my manager sees the commotion going on, comes over to help me out, and tells this guy exactly what I've been repeating to him for the last 10 minutes. We apologize to him for the inconvenience and even offer him a coupon, but he just keeps on yelling and ranting and raving. Finally, he takes his kids, swears he will never shop with us again, is reporting us for discrimination, storms out of the store for a second time, and gets into a car and drives away. In my imagination, I take his passport and wave it at the scanner and tell him, there, I've tried to scan it and it didn't work. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.